Autism.
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 Autism. Autism.
Autism.
Autism.
Autism. Autism.
Autism.
Finally, people are talking about the scientific question of our time, and they want answers as to why the number of kids with autism is exploding. 1 in 1,000 when I was diagnosed, now 1 in 31, triple that for boys. And honestly, it's more than you've ever heard over the past few decades. President Trump and RFK Jr. are not the perfect messengers. Linking Tylenol to autism hasn't been well received by the medical community. But you can't deny they are at least trying to find answers and actually push the autism conversation into the mainstream of America, which is more than we can say about the past 4 decades. As you know, this is deeply personal for me, but I'm not the only one it is. Jill Escher's with us. She's the founder of Escher Fund for Autism, president of the National Council on Severe Autism, mother of 2 children with autism. It's nice to see you, Jill. Thank you. At some point, this has got to be a culmination for you of decades of pushing for answers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been pushing. I feel like the whole community has been pushing, and
now
we've
you're
been
finally
pushing
heard.
against a brick wall for a long time.
And now you're finally heard.
Yeah, I feel that, although I disagree with the administration on many things, that they're engaging in a fundamentally important course correction when it comes to autism. They're acknowledging finally the reality of this stupendous increase in autism that we've been experiencing now for a little more than 3 decades without answers, and they're demanding answers. Now, whether that's going to go in a scientifically prudent direction or not is another question, but the fact that they're acknowledging this crisis and they're insisting on answers is fundamentally important.
We had Jay Bhattacharya on, head of the NIH, who I thought was pretty sober in this, and he said one of the problems that has been is over the past 20 or so years, there has been a reluctance, a fear of asking the questions because the backlash, either from the pro-vax community or the anti-vax community or the autism is a superpower community, that there was all of these sort of infighting in the community. So scientists were just sort of like, it's not worth the trouble. I want to ask you, though, and I think this is an important point because there's a lot of mothers. Admittedly, I called my mom after the whole Tylenol thing, and I said, well, did you take Tylenol when I was a baby, which, or, you know, in development, in a fetus, and she said she didn't really remember, which is probably fair. You don't remember what you did 40 years ago. But I think that there would be a lot of mothers right now who the idea that at least the first answer was you did something wrong or you did something to harm your child would be really hard.
Right. And there is no reason, I really mean 0 reason for any mother to think that they've done something to cause autism or increase the risk for autism in their child. Right now, based on the science, including the Tylenol science, there is simply no reason to believe that. And it really is regrettable if the words of our president, could have maybe cast doubt in some parents' minds. Because that's just not true.
I also think, though, that the flip side is true, right? Because this was President Obama talking about Trump's claims. Take a listen.
So we had the spectacle of my successor in the Oval Office making broad claims around certain drugs and autism that have been continuously disproved. That undermines public health. The degree to which that can do harm to women who are pregnant, all of that is violence against the truth.
I don't understand what violence against the truth means, but I think the flip side is, and I wanted to go back and ask and look, but how many press conferences did Barack Obama have saying there's a huge surge in autism cases, which is happening under his presidency, and we need to find the answer? Why do you think now that this is such a issue and it's been allowed to come to the forefront?
Well, I think mostly because of our Secretary of Health and Human Services, who is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I mean, he has seen autism as a priority issue for many, many years now. Unfortunately, he has also been preaching the idea that vaccines cause autism, and that has been disproven. But nevertheless, probably for some good intentions, he has seen the growth of autism in the community. And I think, like most of us, are asking, why is this happening and why don't we have answers?
Right.
And I think that, Trump, frankly, agrees with him. Trump has said, I have seen my friends have kids with autism. He's seen it in his own life. He's seen the increase in his own world.
Yeah, no, you can't help but see the numbers and just be shocked by it. Jill, thank you. We'll have you back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, as I've mentioned, this is personal for me. I have autism, never cured of it. I was diagnosed when I was 5 years old. When people think of autism, they don't picture someone like me, and I do talk on television every day, but I also still struggle every day to interact with the world, be it social contact, eye contact, social skills. But my success in life, including the job I have right now, is all thanks to one person, my father. You want to know how I got the journalism bug?
Well, I want to know why you wanted to do it.
The one thing my dad and I bonded over, my dad was my best friend. What did my dad know about? Politics and business. He would talk to me endlessly. I was 6 years old. I could talk to you about Dukakis and Mondale and George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton and Ross Perot and everything else, the Gulf War. Because my dad was the only guy I talked to. So I always loved politics, and that became my whole world and focus.
You decided to become a TV journalist.
Yeah.
So you graduate from college. You got a job as a
Reporter.
For a small station.
Small station, Little Rock, Arkansas, KATV. One of the reasons officials say security lines here at Little Rock are so short, these plastic bags, they don't give them to you everywhere. Here at Little Rock, though, things for like sunglasses, change, pen. How about your cell phone goes in here, too? My dad told me to set goals. This is 2002. Peter Jennings, Tom Brokaw, Nightly News, everything else. I was watching this guy named Bill O'Reilly on Fox News. And I looked up online what was the youngest anyone had ever made it to the network, 30 years old. I want to be a network correspondent before I'm 30. I would add to that, it was my mom who did an awful lot. You'll see that in the book, Born Lucky. The beginning of the journey, though, was a journey through hell in high school. But without the trials and tribulations and my dad's guidance, I wouldn't be where I am today. Even in this seat, talking to you tonight is a privilege, and I am so grateful for what my parents have done for me. Set your DVRs for Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. NewsNation special Born Lucky offers a glimpse into my life and journey growing up with autism. I hope you'll watch and join us on this journey. My new book, Born Lucky, is available now to order on Amazon. Order now. Keep watching the program, but pick up your phone. Born Lucky, you'll have it on Tuesday. The lessons go far beyond autism to all parents who are navigating and trying to help their kids with ADHD, anxiety, depression, so much more. There's so many lessons and so much hope in this book. This book has chronicled the darkest parts of my life are in here. It is something I never talked about. My parents didn't tell anyone about my diagnosis. Not me, not my teachers, not their friends. I am sharing it today because it provides real hope to every family with a kid having a hard time. So I would be honored if you come on this journey with me. BornLuckyBook.com to order. You can also go right on Amazon, and it will be at your doorstep on Tuesday. Thank you, and I am honored, so honored by how many of you I have heard from who have told me over and over that they now don't feel alone. They feel there is hope for their kids because we're all in this together. It is a long struggle. My parents went through it, and this will provide an awful lot of reasons and lessons for how to tackle it. Won't get easier, but it is a journey to walk together.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.